And welcome back, everybody, to the Midwest Meltdown. If you're hearing us a little bit differently today, that's because Josh and I got new mics.
New mics.
Guys, this is so cool. All right, yeah, welcome back to the Midwest Meltdown, the new sounding Midwest Meltdown. Josh, take it away.
All right, I'm going to take her away. Today's podcast is presented by Podgo. Podgo is the easiest way for you to monetize your podcast, providing podcasters with a flat rate for ad space so you always know how much you get when you include an ad from Podgo. Apply today to become a member and be immediately connected with advertisers that fit your audience. That's podgo.co at podgo.co. And be sure to add that the Midwest Meltdown sent you there. The beginning portion of this podcast is also brought to you by Romer Skincare. Based out of Chicago, Romer launched a work-from-home clean skincare line that covers all your skin needs with 3 easy-to-follow steps. Here's why you should check them out. Simple ingredients and effective results. A perfect upgrade if you're still washing your face with a bar of soap or the disgusting drugstore face wash. And right now, Romer Skincare is offering our listeners 15% off and a gift with your first purchase by using the code LISTENER15. That's the word listener in all caps, followed by the numbers 15 on their website, romerskincare.com. Impress your partner today and get happy skin.
Well done, dude.
And scene.
God, it is really crazy now that I'm looking at like the decibel reader, how quiet I actually am, or I'm appearing to be.
Yeah. I mean, that is very weird, actually.
This is what you go through all the time, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Wow. I'm sorry. 29 episodes later, I gotta say I greatly apologize.
Am I overly...
No, that's the thing.
Your
like,
ear?
No. Like I turned the volume down a little bit, but no, like overall, you're still no, you're not like over the top or anything with it. No.
Interesting. So yeah, we got new mics. Got a good Prime Day deal. We were using some headset mics before, and now we got nice ones that clamp onto your desk or what have you, and standalone mics.
We feels
a lot better.
Feel a little bit more like an actual podcaster now than before.
Yeah. You know what we need is both of us need to get like a, one of those red signs that say like on air so we can flip it on when we're recording.
Oh my God.
That'd be pretty dope.
Have it like right above my door and just click.
On air. Shh.
That'd be so cool. That'd be so dope. Right out of the gate here, I wanted to bring up something that I think hit near and dear to my heart when I heard it.
Okay.
I think just because of the fact that I'm fucking happy that they're finally doing this. So PS5 just recently announced, I think you saw this, Josh, that users will be able to record conversations that you have through online chat.
Yes, I did.
Which I liked for 2 reasons. One, you and I can record sound bites a lot easier when we're making...
Wait, didn't we do that on PS4 though?
So here's the difference. So between us, like if we're in a group party, you can record. But the difference here is you can record somebody on an online game of somebody that's not in your party.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes. So
that is a dangerous precedent.
Nope. It's awesome. You know why? Because now every little 13 and 14-year-old with a mic can't keep dropping the N-word online play.
Does that happen a lot? I don't play online.
Dude, it's like I was recently playing Call of Duty and it was like this one kid, it was every other word.
Oh my God.
Yep. And now all I can do is go click record and guess what, buddy? Have fun not playing for a while.
I guess. I mean, you know how I feel about censorship and monitoring, but at the same time, don't use the N-word.
Right.
And
it's like, it's so funny how everybody, it's like, obviously it's a very big deal. It's a very big precedent in this country and everything. But like, apparently when you go online play, everybody just says it. Because here's the thing, you can get away with it.
Oh yeah. Well, that's been the fucking, I mean, I don't know what you want to call it. The tell all of this fucking whole universe after, the advent of social media is the anonymity provided by sitting behind your computer screen. People, for some reason, feel confident to say whatever heinous shit they want to now.
Right. And now you can't. And quite honestly, I think I'm really, really happy about it because then it's going to prevent that toxic online environment. And quite honestly, the kids who are doing that stuff are usually the ones who suck a lot.
Oh, is that right? Well, that's part of the reason why I don't fucking play. Like, people are so annoying. Like,
right.
The world is annoying at baseline. So when I come home and I want to play video games, I don't want to have to deal with little fucking assholes telling me they're going to fuck my mom all the time.
Well, yeah. I just think that
I'm just saying, like, it's not fun for me.
Oh, right. And I it's still funny how even from when we were in middle school and like early high school, and we thought to ourselves, like, those were the insults we'd use, like, I'm gonna fuck your mom and like end this and blah blah blah. And now, even with a generational change, so to speak, it's still the same shit.
Like, well, the classics never go out of style.
I guess, like, I guess that's the way you got to look at it. Like, the classic insults, I guess, just don't go. But it's like, even those insults are like, come on, man. Like, I know you're not fucking my mom. I know you don't even know my own name.
Well, what if he was fucking your mom, though?
Honestly, good for him. Like, good on you, man.
Good on you. He followed through. He made a statement and he followed through.
That's the American dream. Like, you make a dream and you just follow through with it.
And the dream is fucking that guy's mom.
Just to get back at him for that one kill. Just for that one camping kill.
Aim high, kids. Aim high.
Oh my god. Honestly, like I said though, dude, I'm so pumped that this is going to be a thing. And like I said, typically the multiplayer that I play on Modern Warfare, at least, is the CDL playlist, so Call of Duty League playlist. So
commercial driver's license.
Correct.
Nice.
So typically the players on there, you've got to be relatively good, or at least better in the realm of playing online. So again, a lot of the kids who are dropping the N-word and giving those just just stupid repeated insults,
making uncouth comments.
There you go. That's what I was looking for. It's like, if it means getting them even off of that playlist, fine. Like, I could give a shit. Like, anything just to get these fucking kids off. And quite honestly, get them off. Like if anything, this is us now becoming parents for these kids that they actually don't have. Or not don't have, but like don't
take a proper presence in.
Correct.
I know what you're getting at.
That don't properly parent their lives. Because if these kids are sitting there on their TV screens saying this stuff, there's no way a parental figure is not hearing this.
Oh, because they're yelling so loud?
Oh my god, yeah. It's like,
you son of a bitch!
Like, I'm surprised my fucking neighbors haven't heard through my headphones these kids screaming yet.
Wow. Be careful.
You stupid blah blah blah
for your ears.
Oh, I'm for sure I've gone deaf at this point. I'm just looking.
I'm actually transcribing all my audio right now as I say it.
I'm looking
so Zach can understand it.
I'm just looking at your cadence and just trying to like respond appropriately.
It's, oddly enough, it's matched up this whole time.
Oddly enough, I really think it has matched up. It's kind of funny. Do you agree, Josh?
You silly goose.
Silly goose.
I got some things to talk about that are not that important, but I want to talk about it anyway.
Talk about them.
Okay. Can we talk about those ribs I made yesterday?
Those look phenomenal.
Dude, I am I've personally, like just me, have never made ribs in the oven. Like I've done it with Zach and Beck a lot.
Mm-hmm.
My parents did it, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so the reason is I binged the hell out of American Barbecue Showdown on Netflix.
Oh, okay. You
see that on there?
I haven't, but I'll take your word for it.
Oh, dude, go watch it. It's like 6-7 episodes. I mean, but I love I like to cook, and I especially like seasoning meat is probably like my favorite aspect of cooking. Mm-hmm. So it's all barbecue. Like, they're making all kinds of wacky shit. Like they have these crazy challenges that they do on the show, but it's just like 6-7 hours of just like awesome cuts of meat. And, these like super good pit masters are smoking them and cooking all this good food. And I'm like, oh my God, like I gotta do something. So I, went to the butcher, got some ribs, and I seasoned them on Friday night at 1 a.m. Let them sit overnight.
Okay. Is it really overnight still? Like at 1 a.m.?
Well, okay. So 1 a.m. and then woke up, then I went to bed, woke up the next that morning, whatever and then re-seasoned them, put them in the oven for 4 hours. And this is what I learned from that show, a little trick. So what I did is I did 3 hours, and then after that I pulled them out, put a bed of brown sugar on them.
Oh my God.
And then butter, like pats of butter. And then finished them off for that final hour. Oh my God, dude, they turned out so good.
You didn't save a picture from your Snapchat, did you?
No, I should have though.
See, because right now the listeners are sitting there thinking to themselves, this sounds great, but I would love to see some proof.
Well, here's the thing. I like took a pretty big risk. Is I made them for a date I had last night. First time ever cooking ribs, and that was what I did. I told her, I was like, all right, if you don't like these, we'll go get food.
I've got the Chinese place on speed dial.
So turned out well.
Wow. That's fucking ballsy.
It was very ballsy.
Was this a first date, you said?
Fourth date.
Okay. So, all right. So I guess not that crazy. Because I thought you were saying this is the first time you're meeting this girl, and you're cooking.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I've done what we've done. We actually went to a barbecue place around here for first date. Second date was steak.
Mm-hmm.
Third date was fish fry, and then fourth date was ribs.
Wow. You guys
are good food.
You guys are eating pretty well together.
I know.
Wow. Hey, good on you, man.
Thanks.
Good on you. And like I said, those ribs, they like from the Snapchat, it was kind of funny because I think the reason it threw me off, because like I said, one, I looked at it so fast. And then two, I always knew you were just a big fan of making steaks.
Yep.
So I thought to myself, dude just went balls to the wall and finally got just the biggest cut of steak he could get. Just said, you know what? I'm going to challenge myself against myself and see who can make a better steak. So like,
that's the thing is I bought a package at the butcher, and all of a sudden I get the package 3 racks of ribs.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, fuck, well, we're in it to win it now.
So you and this girl clearly ate quite well.
Oh, no, we both had like half of a half, and then I have so many fucking ribs in my fridge right now.
Dude,
like, whatever.
If the fucking cops came by and said, excuse me, sir, we have a search warrant just because you're fucking weird. And they see just like...
just because you're fucking weird.
And they see like all... And you're like, can I see that warrant, please? They're like, sure. It's just a Snickers wrapper and they're already through your fridge. And like they go in there and they're like, where are all these ribs coming from, you fucking psychopath?
I don't know. A pig.
And then they bite into it. And then they bite into it. Oh, and here come the cuffs. You are going downtown with the cuffs. Little cheeky. Probably the one group of people you don't want to get cheeky with, especially if they're searching your apartment with a fucking warrant.
Bet you don't find anything, pussy.
You think Jeffrey Dahmer got cheeky with them?
Oh, probably. He's fucking insane.
That's true, I guess. Come on in, coppers. You want some ribs?
Why don't you check the freezer? Fucking dare you.
Oh, Jeffrey.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Dude,
the most fucked up part about Jeffrey Dahmer's story or cases or whatever, in my opinion, my personal opinion, is, I don't know if you've heard about this or not, but there's a documented story, like by the police. This is factual.
Mm-hmm.
One of his victims escaped his house.
I heard this.
You've heard of this. Mm-hmm. And so he was like running down the streets naked, bleeding from his butt. And he was kind of out of it because he was like drunk and or drugged by Jeffrey Dahmer. And he's like, please help me, like to these cops, because he stumbled across police. And he's like, I need help, like, whatever. And Jeffrey Dahmer convinced the cops that it was his boyfriend and he was just like drunk and they were having an argument and everything was fine. And the cops let Jeffrey Dahmer take this guy home and clearly he fucking killed him then.
Yep.
That is so sad. I feel so Like, could you imagine like how that guy felt? Just be like, please help me, and then all of a sudden you're like, because you're not with it, you're experiencing just being like, no, okay, you're fine. Like,
right.
You're right there. You're right there on the precipice of getting out of it, and you get sucked right back in, and then
I mean, at first it sounded like you were describing to everybody like my typical Saturday night.
Gross, dude. Jesus.
Hey, man.
Which part, you freak?
Pick one.
If I have to pick one, I hope you're the victim because I don't want you to be a serial killer.
Oh, no, I was just when you were describing the guy running away. That's what I meant. I'm not saying I'm Jeffrey Dahmer every Saturday night, you fucking lunatic.
Yeah, I'm the lunatic. Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
So you want to clarify for everybody listening what the fuck
you meant? I was just kidding. I was just having when you were talking about like running naked through the street, drugged out of your mind.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude, that's quite a stretch given the whole story I just told.
Well, I know, but that's why I wanted to chime in before you got deeper into it. I wanted to chime in going, oh, it sounds like a typical Saturday night, but then you kept going and I'm like, I don't want to be rude. So then I tried to jump back hoping everybody would assume.
I don't think so, but we'll let everybody decide.
Yeah, I know. It's
funny.
Oh, well.
I was like telling this serious thing, and I'm like, I feel so bad for this guy. Could you imagine this? And you're just like, oh, it sounds like a typical Saturday night.
Running naked down the street, drugged out of my mind. Hey, cop, can you help me?
Jesus.
No. Turn around, son. You're okay.
Yeah, except the reality would be you wouldn't be in danger, and Teague would be like just walking after you because she's not going to run because you've done it before.
Oh, for sure.
Just rolling her eyes, being like, "Oh my god, again!" Like, no, yes, this is the same guy as last time.
Here's the thing.
Yes, I'll take him home.
Don't put Teague past being this sane person, because let me tell you this: I put her on. So through my work, I get a life insurance policy, as I'm sure most companies do. Sure. I put my dad as the main beneficiary, but I put Teague as the secondary because I figured, well, if you're going to soon to be my wife, I like to think that my dad's getting a little older, so I'll have you as the second in command. So she, of course, listens to true crime podcasts way too much, like to the point where I'm actually kind of concerned that it's to the point where I'm concerned.
Okay. So the word on the street is that you're concerned.
Correct. And I'm really concerned after I told her about, I'll put her on as a secondary beneficiary, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, so that means if you die, I get the money. And I'm like, well, my dad would have to die too. And it was the weekend that him and my stepmom were coming to visit us down here in North Carolina. Okay. And she's like, oh, cool, 2 birds. And I was like, what?
And that is a pause for everybody to go, what?
And she said it with like a smirk too, and I'm like, you fucking lunatic.
Yikes, man. Yikes. Well, let me read this because I got some other spooky stuff I want to talk about.
Oh, go for it.
I know it's not our Halloween episode, but that'll be extra spooky.
Oh, okay. Dude, that's going to be,
That's going to be legit.
Yeah.
This portion of the podcast is brought to you by Restaurant.com. With Restaurant.com, you can save at thousands of restaurants across the country with just a few clicks. Their dining deals range from $5 to $100, never expire, and cost you a fraction of face value. Dinner has never been easier with Restaurant.com. Used for dine-in, takeout, or delivery. Restaurant.com is offering our listeners 50% off their next purchase by going to www.restaurant.com/podcast. That's www.restaurant.com/podcast for 50% off your next purchase. Restaurant.com, the best deal every meal.
Wow.
You know what I did? I must have never looked, but now I see when you mute yourself during the ad reads.
You can see it?
Yeah, there's a little thing that says that you muted
yourself.
That's
what I figured. I was like, I feel like you could see me, but well.
I just never looked.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow, 50% still? That's just, oh God. Teague and I have yet to really, we've looked at the website, but there's quite a few restaurants that are kind of like hole in the wall places. So we're still kind of like, we got to like kind of bust up the courage to go and try it, so to speak.
Yeah.
I know you said you wanted to get into some scary stuff, so go ahead. Well, really quick before you do that, though, I want to let people know that our Halloween episode is coming up soon, as we all know.
Halloween is coming up soon.
And our goal to do this is to record at the witching hour.
Which witching hour though? Because the demonic witching hour is 0300.
0300,
which means
right.
You'd have to stay up till 0400.
Well, what I would do is I would go to bed. Well, depending on what our schedule of doing stuff would be, because the goal is to hopefully have you come down here to do it in person.
Right.
But so if that happens, we could just game, maybe like nap for a little bit and get up and do it. We could technically do it at 0300 here because we'll be together.
Right.
But if we're apart, what I'll probably end up doing then is like going to bed and setting an alarm and getting up for a 4 o'clock recording. Ideally, but that is just a teaser of how creepy our Halloween episode is going to be.
Oh yeah, very scary.
Very scary.
So I watched Haunt last night.
Yes, finally
on Shudder.
Shout out to Film on the Rocks again for giving us this 1 month best month of free Shudder after we won a little giveaway of theirs.
Yeah, cool service.
Yeah. So you finally got into Haunt, finally.
Yeah, Haunt is good. Haunt was good. Wasn't a fan of Host, but Haunt was very good. So here's so you watched it last week, right? Or 2 weeks ago?
Last weekend, I believe.
So what did you think?
I honestly liked it. Like it wasn't over the top. It wasn't like any bad acting. Like I thought it was just a very good storyline, and it wasn't like ridiculously gruesome. Like it had some little teasers to what like there were.
Yeah, but nothing terrible.
No, nothing like Saw, where it was like not like torture porn or anything like that. Like
right.
It was I thought it was good. Like I thought it was a really good, just classic Halloween movie.
Yeah, agreed. So there's one part in the movie. So spoiler alert for Haunt. If you want to go ahead and pause us or whatever, we're gonna talk about the movie. So there's one part in it where they meet up with the guy calls himself Mitch. He's one of the haunted house workers who like quote unquote breaks character and talks to them. So there's one part, if you remember, where they're about to go back up the slide, and the baseball guy, his name's Nathan, he has the like the fire poker, like a big iron fire poker.
Yep.
And he's like, "Why don't you tell us your real name and take your mask off?" And he's getting all frustrated and mad, and the guy doesn't do it, and doesn't really address that. It's kind of a weird moment. So you obviously know something's up.
Something's up, yeah.
But so here's my comment on this. So you're in this situation, right? At this point, one of their party members, these individuals, is dead. They watched her get murdered.
Yep.
Another one has her arm slashed up from sticking her arm in one of those, like, reach inside, feel the brains. But like they cut her arm when they.
Which I'm kind of surprised that she's as alive as she is at that point. I thought she would have been dead by that point.
It depends on how deep the cuts were, because like you found out they were small razor blades, so maybe it's
true.
So anyway, at that point, I just felt like, wouldn't you have been like, all right, look, you either take the mask off or I crack you in the head with this thing, because this guy had no weapons,
no doubt,
right? And they just kind of like, he gets all mad, he's like, take off your mask. The guy doesn't do it, and then he just like moves on. He's like, oh, okay, well, I guess if you're not going to. Like, no, like we're in go time here. Like
that. And plus you have this other big tank of a friend with you.
So like you clearly have the physical advantage here.
Exactly. So like, yeah, if you're not taking the mask off at that point, no, you're not just going to be like, oh, well, we can just move on. No. You're going to stay right the fuck here, or I'm going to bash your face in. Actually, you know what? I'll remove that mask for you. I will say this though.
That's the thing. Why are we still? Where is the pleasantries still coming into play here? Like,
I will say this: probably one of the best endings, satisfying endings in a horror movie.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That was, phenomenal.
Not as good because she used the gun, but still funny.
Yeah, I guess. Like, I wish she wouldn't have used it. I wish she would have just like bashed his head in just so he gets arrested or something instead of actually killing him.
Yeah, truthfully, I wanted her to take a little more, a little slower revenge than just blowing his fucking head off.
Yeah, I kind of like don't give him the easy way out.
Right. So here's my comment on on this part that I'm addressing.
Mm-hmm.
So you think about it, right? You know, we sit here and say, well, I would have done this, I would have done that. Obviously, if anybody's in the situation, it's obviously different. You know, you're scared. The fear response is almost unpredictable in
Mm-hmm.
something so scary.
Right.
So it's almost like when you're in these situations, especially in a haunted house, like I don't know, I was getting into this when I was thinking about it. You go into it, and if you are going to enjoy it and not be that douchebag, you suspend your disbelief and you enjoy the haunted house. You know,
Right.
you go, oh, this is scary, you know, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're just that chotch who's just like, oh, that's scary. I knew that was there. You're like, yeah, dude, we know it's a haunted house. Like, enough, you know.
Right.
So it's almost like when you're in that moment, you don't want to flip the script to survival mode because you still, it could be possible that you're still hanging on to that disbelief of this isn't real, this is a haunted house.
Right. Right.
And I'm not in actual danger. So I feel like there's got to be a lot psychologically to overcome to be like, all right, I guess I am now treating this as not fake. You know what I'm trying to get at here?
Right, right. And I think that was one of the components of the movie that I liked a lot, is the fact that it was like they still have that realism of like, okay, we're in a haunted house, so how much of what we're seeing is true, we should be worried, and how much of it is, wow, they just did a really good fucking job at scaring the shit out of us.
Exactly. Because like you don't want to be wrong, right? Like you don't want to be like, all right, take the mask off. Nope, boom, and all of a sudden it's like, bro, that was part of the show, and you're going to jail.
You fucking psychopath!
You're going to jail for bashing this guy's skull in with a iron poker. You know what I mean? Like
it took him 5 hours to do that makeup.
He's dead.
Like, this is fake.
You got scared,
idiot.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You gotta. That's probably a big barrier to overcome.
Oh, for sure.
Psychologically.
For sure. Like, yeah, like, oh god. God, that's Mitch Dumet. Like, dude, he was just fucking chill. Like, this was his first job.
He's on home from college.
He's going to school down the road. He's gonna be a fucking doctor.
Well, not anymore.
Well, he could be he could be a doctor in hell now. Oh my god.
But yeah, what any other thoughts about the parts of the movie?
Honestly, no, I think overall it was good. I kind of wish they would have had more of a, like, they tried to do that, like, for the main girl, whatever her name was.
Yeah.
They tried to do some background. Obviously, you know, she had like an abusive father, and that was like a thing she had to overcome. I kind of
rushed that.
Yeah, I really wish they would have taken the time to go back into it more. Like, I know a lot of the movies I've noticed on Shudder are just trying to, like, you know what, 90 minutes, let's get it done, horror movie, boom. But like, I feel like if they would have made it just like an additional 20 minutes, not even, it would have been a little bit better.
Or removed it. I don't think the way they
that too
presented it added enough value.
Exactly.
Like, there's that under the bed scene, which I know clearly understand what they're getting at, but at the same time, it was like, I could have done without that.
Right. So exactly. So either completely remove it or expand on it. But yeah, where they left it, it was kind of like, I guess. Like, she had a troubled past, whatever.
And like the beginning part, and like the first act, essentially, when they're driving around and like her ex-boyfriend is following them,
right?
They made it seem almost supernatural.
Yeah,
the truck like disappeared, and then all of a sudden, like, the truck was right behind them, but then all of a sudden he was 19 miles away.
Right.
When he was in reality like 2 miles. Now he was like,
oh, dude, like a block,
quarter mile away. Yeah. And then she sends the location. He's all of a sudden 19 miles away. And like, they didn't get kidnapped. Like, the car parked and they went into the haunted house. So it's not like the characters got moved. So I didn't understand that. So I was like, what's going to come into play of this? And then he just gets murked, right off the bat.
Yeah. I love too how they pretty much were like, oh, he could potentially become the hero and come save them. Nah. Dude walked in there and was like, who are you? Bam, done.
Yeah.
No, no potential for him to rebound and be the hero. Just, you're a piece of shit, and we're gonna treat you like that in the movie.
Yeah, which is, I mean, that's fine, because you expected the hero. You would see that coming.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
That's fine.
Really quick here, I want to. So, do you have any other comments on it? I want to kind of shift gears a little bit.
Go ahead. AP shifting gears.
AP shifting gears. If anybody can tell us what song that's from. your new best friend.
I will give you one crisp high five.
Honestly, yeah. And that.
Oh wait. I apologize. Can I do one short thing before you?
Oh, sure.
Because we're talking about people getting murdered
Okay.
and death, and all that stuff.
Sure.
So R.I.P. to our hopes and dreams. We learned very sad news over the last week or so.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Nate Schmidt is
he's gone.
no
Damn
longer
it.
with us.
He's fucking gone.
Oh, he's not dead. He just got traded.
No, he's dead.
He's dead to us.
He might as well be dead.
I mean, it's not like it's his fault per se, but
yeah, true.
This is a real kick in the nuts.
Dude, this was a bag of nickels to the nuts.
This was the scariest part of the episode that I was wanting to address.
Nate Schmidt's gone. Oh my God.
Holy fuck. But yeah, Nate Schmidt traded to the Vancouver Canucks in the division. What the fuck?
My God, dude. Vancouver's going to be so good. I'm scared, dude.
Now what do we do?
Honestly,
we've been tagging Nate Schmidt for like 2 fucking months.
I think what we do is we keep tagging him. And by the way, you obviously don't know this. He changed his profile picture on Twitter and Instagram. It was him like on his profile picture of him in his Knights uniform. And now it's just like him in the backyard somewhere like hanging out with his family. Yeah. I went on to like tag him and I saw his picture change and I was like, oh my God, it's real.
God damn it.
Here's the thing. I think we keep tagging him because until he's truly against the Knights in the sense of having played against them and truly hurting their cup dreams, he can still be our friend.
That's very mature of you.
I mean, I feel like over the course of this show, I've tried to do whatever I can to mature, even though I was pretty immature about 5 minutes into the show. I feel like since then I've matured a lot.
So should we keep tagging Nate Schmidt? Should we target another member of the Golden Knights?
Here's the thing. Let's keep tagging him. And if he actually does end up hurting the Knights, I'm going to double tag him to really bug the shit out of him.
Double trouble.
Because he's the enemy. So if we annoy him, I'm fine with it.
All right. Otherwise, I say, because we know at the very least he's signed a long contract, and we're both fans of Robin Lehner.
Honestly, yeah, I'd be down with that. I feel like Rob would be a gamer.
Right? Or at least a fan of comedy.
Oh, for sure.
We're pretty funny.
Here's the thing. At quick glance, you look at Robin, and at first, just personally, nothing against you, Robin, I think he looks like the guy that would take things a little too seriously. Like, if you
see why you'd say that.
If you put out a joke, he just has that face of like, that's not funny, dude. Like, why the fuck would you say that?
Bro, that's not funny.
My grandmother was in the Holocaust, you dick.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm like, but Robin, it's just a joke, man. You know what I mean? So anyway, so I feel like he kind of has
proceed.
He has that look. But at the same time, though, he also has the yang to his yin of where he could be like, yeah, that's fucking hilarious. It's a joke. I get it.
Yeah, I fucking get it. Also, props to you on the correct pronunciation of yin and yang.
Thank you.
It's not a yin yang.
Yin and yang.
God.
Hey, like I said, I matured a lot over the course of this episode.
You sure have.
And honestly, I want to. So Nate, we're gonna miss you. We obviously wish
I'm gonna miss you so much.
I do hope. I do. Part of me truly does wish him the best in Vancouver, because of all the Canadian teams, I feel like Vancouver is definitely looked at as the runt of the litter, in the sense of they've had potential in the past to do amazing runs in the playoffs and have always come up short.
Yeah.
And now
it was a good fight this past season, though.
Oh, for sure. I think that partially, I think that's just because of who the hell was their freaking goalie?
Demko.
Yeah, I feel like he just had a perfect timing to go off. But now they've got fucking Braden Holtby from Washington leading the helmet net, which I think is just going to be a huge upgrade for them. But no, I truly do wish him the best. And honestly, if the Knights don't get up to our expectations of winning the cup, I kind of hope Vancouver does well. Like, I hope they put together good pieces, and who knows.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. I mean, as much as I don't want to, I'm gonna.
But in the meantime, Robin, welcome to the show. Good luck.
Good to have you, Rob.
Good luck being tagged by us and just about everything. If we annoy you, just tell us and we'll cry because you've responded to one of our social media posts.
And if there's something you want to hear specifically, we'll talk about it.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
hey, should we? Oh, go ahead.
I was just happy that the Knights signed up for 5 years. Like, that's when that happened. I was like, yeah, I can roll with that.
Yeah, as could I.
Yeah.
Should we make the formal announcement about our plans? Since we're talking about hockey?
I think we might as well at this point. I think we should.
All right. So, Meltdowners, we're going to roll with a new segment starting January of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And Zach gets the credit for the title on this one, so I'm going to let him say it. It's going to be called
Melting the Ice,
where we are going to talk about maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, not long, weekly, just updates, fun stuff. Obviously, it'll be a lot of Golden Knights updates about the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
So,
kind of like what we just did, basically. Like, we just did that like little 10, 15-minute segment where basically we'll just give like updates on scores, potential player moves, anything really that's just like something, because like we figured going through the audience, we don't know how much of the Meltdown loves hockey updates, doesn't like them, whatever. And honestly, if you don't, that's fine. Like, that's totally cool. So we figured we'd like to try to make a cool little segment to just try to hit, more like specific audience on a specific topic, basically.
I couldn't have said it better even if I tried, so I won't.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So yeah, keep your ears peeled for Melting the Ice, coming to you January of 2021.
We're looking to do it for the start of the next season, which is ideally right now, as Josh said, January of 21. So that is our target month and year, and hopefully we can get it off the ground. That's it's kind of the newest project for us. It's kind of nice to have like we've gotten to the point where we can try to expand the Meltdown universe. Yeah.
So hopefully, we got a lot of stuff to talk about in general, so we don't want to be all over the place with our episodes. But,
exactly.
I do like this episode. We didn't talk much games, but I think you got to. It was a little more insight into our normal conversations.
Oh, I agree. I agree. I agree.
It was my goal the whole time for the show.
Exactly. And I do kind of want to, just at the very end here, I want to transition to just really quick to some video game talk. Not like strict, but also more real world comparison, okay. I guess.
Let me do our last ad read, and then I will let you take it away.
Go ahead.
Okay. This portion of the podcast is presented by State Bags. State Bags makes beautiful, well-made, inclusively cool products while using the power of business to give back to shift the narrative around social injustice. For every State bag purchased, State hand delivers a backpack packed with essential tools for success to an American child in need. But their commitment goes beyond simply a material donation. State Bags has your back, and part of that commitment is making a difference in local kids' lives. To get you ready for your commute or wherever you're traveling next, State is offering our listeners 15% off their next purchase at statebags.com using the code POD. That's 15% off your next purchase with the code POD, P-O-D, at statebags.com. State Bags, they have your back.
I think at least somebody does.
That's true. We need the support.
So,
thanks, State Bags.
Yes, thank you very much for being a sponsor this week. And like I said, I just wanted to transition really quick. I thought about this the other day, and this was as I was making my way through the Tomb Raider series. Obviously, big fan of the Uncharted series. Do you think there are people in the world that are like Lara Croft and Nathan Drake? That we just never hear about?
Do I think? No. Do I hope? Absolutely.
Same.
What I think is the reality is there are people who do like exploratory type excursions into caves or spelunking or XYZ. I just don't think they're as hardcore as those two individuals. They probably don't get into the same type of trouble.
Oh, I mean, sure,
and
like
whatnot.
the trouble thing, sure, but like I thought to myself, like, do you think some family somewhere was like, we have this ancestral past, we've got a great fortune from it, we live very well, dad's a professor, mom's a professor of history. Do you think like some kid is just like, yeah, I'm going to take some family money and just try to go find, I don't know, fucking El Dorado or whatever, like
Fountain of Youth or
sure, like anything to that effect. Like, do you think, like, part of me really wants to hope and think that somebody or some person or family exists that just obviously never makes the news, because like it would make the news if like, oh wow, local expedition was targeted by a, I don't know, militant group looking for the same gemstone or some shit. Like,
right.
I think, yeah, sure, that would make news, but like, I don't know, like part of me just really hopes that there's somebody like, yeah, we're just gonna go, I don't know, take some family money and go exploring some jungle or mountain or something.
Well, you know what the reality could be is, given the exploits of both of those characters, the reality is that it was possible, and somebody did try to do it, and they fucking died. And guess what? That didn't make the news
because nobody knows about it.
Well, that's the thing. The family covered it up. They're like, God damn it! I do not want this publicity of our dumbass kid getting himself impaled by punji sticks in the jungle.
Fucking Billy. We told him before he left, punji sticks, watch out.
You know what I mean? Like, that's probably why they're probably fucking dead.
Yeah, and then they lost all this money on the expedition, and they're just like, yeah, motherfucker. Gotta ship his body out of there too and shit, and bring it back to the States or wherever they're located, to whatever country their family of origin's from, and have to privately bury this piece of shit who just like lost all this money and lost his life idiotically enough. Looking for something that might not exist.
Right.
God.
Should we talk about the Phil Spencer thing? I think we should for our last couple minutes here.
I was going to say, honestly, if you want to go through this, because you're the one who's most affected and probably the saddest by this news.
I'm not. It's not even sadness. I'm just irritated. Frustrated is probably the
there. You go. Yeah,
So Phil Spencer came out. He's, I don't know what title he holds for Microsoft Xbox.
Head of Xbox.
Head of Xbox. Yeah. Okay.
That's what it said on the post, dude.
Okay, I'm not mocking you, bro. I'm mocking this asshole.
Okay.
So he came out, and I don't actually believe this is going to happen. By the way, I don't think I said this to you. I think it's all like, I don't want to say mind games, but like business tactics. Yeah. Because what I said last whatever episode still stands. Like, they stand to lose so much fucking money if they don't sell those games on PlayStation. But anyway, so what they said, or what he said, not directly. He essentially said, games like Elder Scrolls 6 don't have to be on PlayStation. So he didn't say, and that's the thing, is like, he didn't say they're not going to be, right. But he was kind of being like, well, we have a lot of platforms with Game Pass and PC. They don't have to be on PlayStation, like kind of being cheeky about it. So it's like, okay, yeah, that's, your decision. You own, or they own Bethesda now, so you can do whatever you want. But again, I think you stand to lose so much money from those sales that it would be stupid.
Right.
So that being aside, obviously that's just speculation on their business practices. But what irritates me is just like, dude, fuck you. Like, right. You know what I mean? Like, if that actually happens and they make it exclusive for those games, it's just like, I don't want to spend $400 or $500 on another goddamn system just to play those games because they want to be dicks.
Right.
And I know everybody's gonna be like, well, Josh, what about tongue rings, Josh? No. Tom Segura, follow us.
What about them?
What about them? People will be like, well, Josh, what about Sony's exclusives? Dude, if Sony opened that up, like, go for it. That wouldn't bother me. Truthfully, I don't care if you like Xbox or think Xbox is better than PlayStation. You're wrong, but I don't care. No, you know what I mean? I don't give a shit about this goddamn competition anymore.
No, right.
Just make quality games. And and also my caveat / response to that is Sony Entertainment is making those games.
Correct.
So if you want to be like, well, Sony does that. Well, Sony actually makes the games.
See,
Xbox just made a purchase.
And here's the
big
thing.
difference.
I want to add to that. So yesterday I kind of brought this up to the Illinois guys, old friends down there, and Brian had made a comment to me saying that, "Oh, dude, it's as if it's just another exclusive." And I said, "No, no, 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 no." I was like, this is very, very different because in the past, exclusives have just been on like you said, Sony exclusives were made by Sony for Sony systems.
Yes.
With the games that we're referencing that are owned by Bethesda, this has been a thing for years now
since 1986
that they've sold to both parties or multiple parties for that matter. Like Skyrim, I think, has even made its way onto the freaking Switch, like we stated in the other episode.
Right.
Like they've expanded to multiple gaming platforms. So this is, to me, like I said, this is not just another exclusive. Like this is, if this actually does happen, if this truly does come to light, and Bethesda said, the Microsoft says Bethesda's games will solely stick to Xbox, it is going to be a revolution in the video game industry that I think we have yet to ever see in our lifetime.
You want to know what's possible? And I was driving when you and I were messaging about this yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't type it out, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So you're correct in that that's a huge, huge deal.
Right.
If they do that. Now, I'm curious as to how many people, because the average age of gamers is continuing to increase. Last I heard, which was a couple years ago, the average age of a video game player in the United States was 34.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because we're all getting older.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. As the age. Yeah. Okay.
So they're still playing games. So the average age is going to continue to increase for at least the foreseeable near future.
Right.
So 34 is the average age. So I'm 27, you're 26. Now, how many people share the same? I'd be curious to see how many people share the same belief in that if you make this exclusive, fuck you. I'm not buying a console. Like, I have so much other stuff going on, or I could do, or stuff that I need to spend my money on, that I'm not going to choose to do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we're adults now. You can't just, oh yeah, here's $1,000 I budgeted for 2 consoles. One of which is I bought just to play 4 games on.
Right.
I'm not going to do that. That's fucking stupid.
Right.
So I want to know how many people share that mindset.
Yeah, I guess that is the real question, because again, it's like, and I guess that's the part that's so crazy, because like you could sit there and say, oh, just for 4 games, but like these are 4 massive games. Like the games that Bethesda has created have changed the landscape of video gaming. Like from the Fallout games to the Elder Scrolls to even Doom, like these are some big franchises. So yes, in layman's terms, yes, it's just like, oh, it's just 4 video games. But like to some, like for example, even to you, like even though you're probably like, yeah, I got different things going on money wise, somewhere though deep inside you're like, fucking A, dude. Like Elder Scrolls 6, you've been waiting along with millions of others for this game forever. And if it dropped solely on Xbox, like that's just gotta be heartbreaking.
Yeah, but at the same time, fuck Xbox. So
exactly, like again, I guess that's the way to try to get past it. I guess like if that is truly the case of what happens, that's just I guess that's if that's the way you get past it and get over the the heartbreaking loss, then that's it.
Yeah,
that's just oh man, that's just so wacky that. Because now, I guess that's the other part too that we were talking about. Like, oh, it was hinted at when Bethesda was bought out by Microsoft, but like with that comment yesterday, like you said, it's kind of a dick move, because now it's like, could this actually happen?
Right, and I don't think that it's going to. I mean, Phil Spencer's been known to say weird shit,
sure,
or be like a showman, kind of,
sure.
So I don't think it's actually going to happen. It's annoying. It's like, dude.
Because that's the thing. Like, at first, it's like, oh yeah, probably won't happen. But like again, with him saying that, you're like, part of you has to be thinking like, oh my god, this could, like, there's a greater chance of it happening now than there was like 2 months ago.
Sure. I mean, end of the day, I'm not gonna fucking lose sleep over it. So
yeah, I mean, you will, but it's okay.
I feel like you want me to be very upset, and I'm not.
Yeah, I guess I just wanted a better.
I don't know why.
Because it makes better TV.
Yeah, but it also makes not real TV.
Like, see, like that's
that would be a lie.
Like right now, I'm the producer on those reality shows that are trying to like egg you on to be like, why don't you think he's going to call you back?
Right.
Because he's
we're not disingenuous.
No, that's true. All right.
My honest answer is fuck that.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck Xbox. If they're really going to do that, fuck you.
Wrap her up.
All right. Today, and I feel like this is very, very suiting of where we're at time-wise in the year. Today's promotional shout out is going to Happily Ever Haunted podcast.
Spooky.
Exactly. Paranormal stories, haunted stories by a, wouldn't you know it, married couple. Perfect for the Halloween season. Get your spooks in, get your scares in. Again, promo will be dropping for Happily Ever Haunted podcast right after the show. So please stick around and listen to them. Again, find us everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Follow us on Twitch, Zach_Meltdown. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to that. Well, like on Twitch, subscribe to YouTube, the Midwest Meltdown, and
follow us on Twitter.
Follow us. I think that's about it. Don't forget, check up on old episodes. Again, Robin, thanks for becoming the new favorite for the show. Thanks, and I think that's about it. Josh, anything else?
Nope. Time to say goodbye.
All right, everybody. Till next time. Adios.
Sláinte.
Hey, Milton, what's your favorite cryptid?
That's easy, Bailey. It's a Mothman. It just shows up, warns you of danger, and then just leaves. It's literally me at any party. What about you?
Mine would have to be Bigfoot. She's a world traveler, and much like me during quarantine, she's real hairy.
If you love all things strange and obscure, then you will love the Happily Ever Haunted podcast. My wife, Bailey,
and my husband, Milton, cover all things paranormal and beyond in a fun and entertaining way.
You can find our podcast on your favorite podcast app.
And remember, those that haunt together, stay together.